I believe that every one of us should be taking any action that we can within our capabilities, within the scope of what we have, within every decision that we make in our lives to try and improve the environment and to create a better future. Out of this, but I just think more people need to know it's possible. My day job, I'm a technology consultant and a futurist, and I see permaculture as fitting into that future. We're heading into a period of really rapid change in technology and really uncertain times, lots of instability in the world, and permaculture fits into what we're going to do as a response to that, be able to be more resilient in those times. This is a food forest. And there's a lot of food forests around that are fruit forests, and we're really keen on, we can't live on fruit alone. I just want to tell you a little bit about our philosophy about what we're trying to grow. Most of the food that we grow is what most people would call superfoods. Very, very dense nutrient, high level of nutrients, high level of antioxidants. That includes our raspberries, 5 rows of them there that are just incredible producers each year. We want to essentially be to the point that we can eat like this every single day. So there's a whole bunch of spinach and silver beet, there's fresh herbs, there's garlic, there's sprouting broccoli. Stir fry it or add some eggs and make a frittata. We can do that any day of the year, and that's what we're really trying to do. You can't just eat the same thing all the time. You can't grow market fresh vegetables that are the same as you get at the supermarket. Sometimes everything gets eaten by bugs. Sometimes you get way too much and you can't keep up with it and it all goes to seed like it is at the moment. But if you've got the variety, it makes eating from the garden interesting, and that's really important.
Permaculture has 3 guiding principles about fair share, people care and earth care. Those ethics, and then within that there's 12 other design principles which are more detailed. Permaculture, like Michael said, is a word you hear around a lot. What is it? It's like a design strategy for helping you make decisions about how to manage systems, really. That's how I think of it,
One of the key tenets of permaculture is that you use one plant or one thing to do multiple different functions. It's really important. So a windbreak at the front is also a habitat for birds, is also a nut producer, is also there are multiple functions for the one feature on the property. So seeds, I'm a really prolific seed scatterer. I harvest seeds, we use up the ends of packets, I take seeds off weeds and I spread them everywhere on the property, and I try and get them to every part of it, because then the plants will naturalise where they like to grow. This is one of my favourite places to sit in the evening. I'm watching the sun going down, and this place is just buzzing with insect life and birds, and it's just beautiful to sit here amongst it all.
We grew so many flowers that we have our own bumblebee hive, not on purpose, they just moved in.
So you don't have to do an awful lot to produce quite a bit, as long as you're quite happy to let the birds take some, let the slugs take some, and just sort of roll with those punches, but take what you can.
G'day, appreciating that it's about sustainability and planting things that are going to grow long after we've gone. I rent and I'm urban. Have you got any recommendations of a good go-to author or a good little system that you can start on a micro scale?
Yeah, really good question. And I think that's and in your question is the key to success, what you said, what to start on a really micro scale. And my favourite book for small scale permaculture would be Toby Hemingway's one, Gaia's Garden. I think that's really practical, but also as much information there as you're ready to absorb.
Anything counts, anything's better than nothing.
Really just giving it a go. Now we're doing about 16 kilo a week. That's the cool thing about mushrooms is a lot of it is vertical farming. So that 16 kilo a week is in a 3 metre by 3 metre space. And it's been quite cool to see. We've got 2 glass houses at home, and one of them we put compost in, one of them we didn't. And the one we put the compost in, the tomato plants are at least 3 times the size. at least twice the density in their stems, and everything is an amazing difference just to see what you can do with playing around with your soils and stuff like that. And with your gardens, don't forget to put mushrooms in there. They built our world. They're the building blocks of all soil. Don't quote me on it, but it's about a cubic centimetre of soil will have over a mile of mycelium in it, which is mushroom root. So, and all of that is digesting that soil and breaking it down and making nutrients available for plants that never were. So they're really important.
Seeing the ecosystem come alive when you set up the right conditions, you put the right organic material into the soil, and you see the ecosystem start moving and cycles start happening, and the soil start regenerating and the life really popping, is a miracle.
Continually encountering the generosity of our earth, that's I find that moving constantly and powerful part of the work I do. Yeah.